Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another one of my album reviews. Today, I am going to be looking at what I consider to be one of those albums that, is one of those albums. It's up there in the great pantheon of albums, but it's the one that's always overlooked. Whenever anybody hears Motorhead, they automatically go straight to Ace of Spades. Drives me up the wall. Ace of Spades is an okay tune. It is. It's an okay tune. But, and the album itself, it's an okay album. But you know what it is not? It is not Overkill. All right? 1978 release of the first Motorhead album. At least if I remember correctly. First Motorhead album. I'm not going to get into the whole Hawkwind stuff. We're not in that. What I'm going to say is this album here, the reason why I bought this album in the first place, and I bought this album back in, this was the 96 re-release, so I probably bought this in 97 or 98. Reason I bought it is Metallica, when they did the Load album, the Hero of the Day single, I bought the special edition Hero of the Day single, which had 4 Motorhead covers on it. Of those 4 Motorhead covers, 3 of them show up on here. So, I love the Metallica covers. I went, all right, well, I can find 3 of the 4 songs on this one album. Let's pick up this one album and let's hear how it sounds. Used to have an on-running joke I used to make. Metallica could take any song and make it sound better than the original artist in almost every single case. Motorhead was the one exception. Motorhead could take a Metallica song and make it sound better. Hell yeah. Now I'm getting off topic though. Back to topic. Topic is, I picked this up because of the songs Overkill, Damage Case, and Too Late, Too Late. Now, one of those songs wasn't even originally part of this album. It was actually a B-side. And that's Too Late, Too Late. I'll get to that in a moment. So let me get into this album. I picked up this album because it was a CD re-release, and it was re-released later on. They put bonus tracks on it. So I was really happy to pick up one with bonus tracks on it, especially considering what one of the bonus tracks were. So, the album kicks off with the legendary Overkill. As a drummer, that song is a pain in the ass. It really is. I use it as try to practice regularly, get that double kick thing going just perfectly. It is a great challenge, but wow, is it a pain in the arse if you're not used to doing the double foot thing constantly. If you're not used to going, and you think it should be easy, right? Just like running or walking. Nope. No. Because you automatically kind of want to kick into a bit of a groove, but you gotta go. Great tune though, man. I absolutely love it. And the fact that, they accentuate the Overkill by putting not one, but 2 fake endings on the song just makes it that much cooler. This song is probably my favorite Motorhead song. But that's purely because of the drums, and I'm biased that way, and I'll admit it. Next song to follow that up is Stay Clean. Stay Clean is great tune. You're still just like, stay clean, stay clean. The one thing that is beautiful about Motorhead is universally accepted typically by all the original punks and all the original kind of metalheads. Everybody loved Motorhead. It was cool. Some people argue that Lemmy is the grandfather of punk. Iggy. But you definitely hear some of the punk in here. The sound, the kind of roughness to it. Metal at that time was a little more polished, a little less DIY sounding, and Stay Clean is a perfect example of, just raw, pure punk-like influence in there. I Won't Pay Your Price follows that up. And it's I Won't in brackets, then pay your price. Great tune. I love letting it play on the album. I love the beat to it. You know, just it's got a great, almost shuffle like vibe to it. It's really great. It's really cool. You see some of Lemmy's influences in there for sure. Great tune though. Great tune. I'll Be Your Sister. Not sure what to say about that song. Lyrically, it's a little interesting. I I really am not entirely sure where to go with that one. I like listening to it, but you know. Followed by that is Capricorn. Capricorn's a cool tune. Um, enjoy it. If you're a Capricorn, you may enjoy it. If you have dealt with Capricorns, you may enjoy it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, then we go to No Class. I love No Class. No Class is on this album is probably my next favorite song after Overkill. But Damage Case, which follows that up, could easily be second favorite as well. No Class is just great. Really just calling out someone for having no class. It's a very simple song. Musically, it's once again kind of got a bit of that kind of shuffle-ish kind of vibe to it. You know, you can feel influences being pulled from much older British kind of inspired music, I think I want to say in there, you know. Early rock in there as well, too, you know. Like, it's been noted quite historically about how much Lemmy loved Little Richard. So, you know, you can see some of those vibes in there, too. From there, we go on to Damage Case. Damage Case is a great tune. It's easy to understand why Metallica had opted to pick that as one of the songs to cover. Fun song to sing along with. It's got a great groove, a great hook to it. It's just really a good tune overall. Tear You Down, great tune. Once again, a lot of fun with it. Just it does its thing, and you have a good time. Metropolis. I like Metropolis. Metropolis is a really cool song. On this album, it's a little bit different compared to everything else. Everything else on this album tends to be a little more upbeat, a little more up tempo, a little more, we'll say, I don't want to say happy go lucky, but that's kind of the vibe I want to say. It's a lot more energizing, you know, you're happy and you're enjoying it. But when you get to Metropolis, it goes kind of the other way. Metropolis is a lot more eerie in its vibe, a lot more foreboding. You know, it captures the concept of Metropolis. You know, I'm not sure what to say after that. And then the original album finishes off with Limb from Limb. Now, me personally, it's not the song I would have chosen if I were the one putting the order of the album together. I wouldn't have chosen to finish with Limb from Limb. Especially if you watch my other reviews, you know that I'm very big on having a very strong ending. Limb from Limb is a good song, but it's a good middle of the album song. It's that, I hate to say it, but it's a filler track. It's one of, to me, it was a filler track. Should have been in the middle of the album to fill in the middle of the album. They should have put one of the stronger songs towards the end. Even if they finished on Metropolis, that would have been fine as well. You know, just switch those two songs. But in this case, this is not how this album finishes. This album has 5 other bonus tracks on top of that. Now, the first bonus track is Too Late, Too Late, which was the B-side to Overkill. Too Late, Too Late. It's a really good song. You know, you just really get into it. Too late, too late. You know, just something about it is just so metal and so punk at the same time. It really is. It's brash, it's heavy. It's a great one. Then you have Like a Nightmare, which was the B-side to No Class. I like a Nightmare, man. That's a really good tune as well. I can see why it was saved as a B-side. If it was put on the album, maybe replace it with Limb from Limb, but it would have had to have either been like a Nightmare or Limb from Limb on that album. Couldn't have had both. They would have blended in too much with the rest of the album. It would start sounding like an album of filler. Okay, and then we get into a cover of Louie Louie. Louie Louie. Oh, whoa. Yeah, okay, that classic. Well, yeah. Louie Louie. Whoa, you gotta love it, man. That's what it is. Great. Oh, it's fun. It's so much fun. Just great tune. Great way to go. And then you've got Tear You Down instrumental version. Now, remember earlier when I said Tear You Down is one of those songs you can go either way with it. It's kind of just a filler. It's kind of there, right? Well, this song, this instrumental version specifically, saved my group's ass in our journalism program because one of the people got a little egotistical and cut this whole entire intro to our news broadcast with the music that they chose to use. Now, the music was agreed upon by the group, but she failed to listen to the instruction, and when she brought the music piece in, it was done with her already cutting her overdub over top of it, which she was supposed to record live while we were in the studio, because it's supposed to be a live studio recording. Well, this was the day before MP3 players, and I just happened to have my CD player, my portable CD player, and a couple CDs on me because I had been listening to them at school while I was working on the computer. So in a pinch, I pulled out the instrumental version of Tear You Down, and that became the opening to our news broadcast in the journalism program. And for that reason alone, I will always have something special in my heart for the song Tear You Down, at least the instrumental version, because it saved my group's ass in my class. Last song on the album, alternate version of Louie Louie. Just as good as the first version. I'm not entirely, I've listened to them both a million times, and to tell you the truth, I've never really noticed the big difference between the two of them. So I think one sounds a little more newer recording than the other one. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, Motorhead's Overkill. If you can get it with the bonus tracks, get it with the bonus tracks. It is worth it with the bonus tracks. I love the bonus tracks. The bonus tracks are awesome. They help make this album that much better. If you get it without the bonus tracks, that is cool. I love this album. This album was also remastered as well. At least it sounds like it was remastered because it sounds beautiful. The sound quality on this particular CD is crystal clear. It does not sound crappy. It does not sound forced. It is there. It does what it needs to do. This album is everything I love about Motorhead. Especially the fact that it's not Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades is so overrated. I don't get it. I really don't. Buy this album. If you are serious about heavy metal, if you are serious about the new wave of British heavy metal, even though this is not always lumped into there, this is like the bastard child of that era, you have to get this album. If you love punk, you have to still have this album. You cannot be a real punk fan and not have this album. It's just the rule, man. Them's the rules. Them's are the original gangsta rules. Sorry. Just being a little ridiculous there. Anyways, so I hope you enjoy this review. Feel free to leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications when new ones come out. Otherwise, like always, love y'all. Peace and take care.